Hello all and welcome to Health Fit, your favorite interactive healthy lifestyle show where we spike your ambition in finding your healthy fit self. As you may have noticed, I am wearing a rock climbing harness because today I'm in a daring mood. For our exercise segment, I will introduce you to an indoor and outdoor activity, in which case I hope you're not afraid of heights. Then stay with us as we follow up with a relatable interview and an outstanding energizing recipe. Hey guys, we are currently at MTC's Rec Center in front of the rock climbing wall with Reuben here, who's actually a rock climbing expert. So yes, you guessed it, today we'll be rock climbing. Now, I've done this before, however, it's been quite some time, so he'll help me refresh my memory. You might be wondering why I'm doing this. Well, to be honest, you should always try and add a little bit more variety in your exercise routine so you can challenge yourself, because essentially that's what a workout is all about.
So the first thing you're gonna need is a rock climbing harness.
Okay, cool.
You're essentially just gonna put it on like a really strange pair of pants.
I always get this confused, so this is the front.
That's the
side,
front, so
right?
go ahead and just step it in.
Alrighty.
The most important thing is you have it above your hip bones.
Okay.
Awesome, so when it's right there, you're gonna go ahead and adjust these. Go ahead, tighten them up.
There you go. Woo. And these as well,
and
right?
Same thing just for the legs.
Very simple.
All right. Now to test if it's on right, just go ahead and pull down, make sure it doesn't come down off your hips. Awesome, looks good to me. Next thing is climbing shoes. They have a special type of rubber on the bottom that helps hold onto the holds a little bit better.
Yeah.
It also has a rigid sole, so when you step up, you'll be able to leverage yourself up.
Does the sizing differ based on like your actual shoes, or?
With these shoes, I would definitely just try your own shoe size, and then we can figure it out from there.
So 7.5 it is. Look at these. These look new.
Awesome, how's that feel?
That feels pretty good. I mean, I think they're a little snug.
That's
I can definitely
perfect
feel.
to hear. Yeah, your foot should be right at the end of it.
Cool. Okay, so perfect sizing. So if you're 7.5, get a 7.5.
Oh, you look all ready to go.
Yes.
A lot of people when they're outside wear helmets, but it looks like you have a little something special here for today.
Yes, I feel ready.
Sweet. So the first thing we're gonna do to get you hooked up is we need to make sure that we put our figure 8 in the rope.
Wow, I would never be able to do that. No, I'm kidding.
It's not that hard, and we're gonna use a carabiner
Okay.
to attach your harness.
Perfect.
So my harness, I'll be able to belay you.
So you're not gonna drop me, right?
Oh no.
I can trust you.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
So once I get this through, you'll be all ready to go. Remember, climbing's more about your legs than it is your arms.
Yes, it's a good reminder. I always forget that.
People can do a lot more squats than they can pull-ups.
Alright, I'm gonna grab this one. Alright, let's see.
Nice job.
Yeah, this is actually the part I was worried about. I really don't want to use this grip right here. Alright, let's see. Oh, perfect. Got it. Got him. Woo, almost there. All right, hold on. Grab you.
Nice, one more hold.
Woo. Got it.
awesome job.
I think this is as far as I'm gonna go.
Yeah, that's the very top. All you gotta do right now is just lean back and let go, and I'll take care of you.
All right. Nice. Woo.
Right.
Cool. I made it to the top.
Not too bad, was it? Awesome.
So that was actually easier than I thought it would be. Therefore, I shall now challenge myself with a second go.
All right, I'm ready when you are.
I'm ready. That's not comfortable. Woo. All right, there you go.
Nice, remember to use those legs.
Yep, doing my best. That is not a comfortable grip right here. Whew. Alrighty, I'm cheating totally. All right. Wow. There you go. Feel like a monkey.
Nice.
Thanks. Starting to remember how to do this. Alrighty. Almost there. Oh man, I made it. Look at that. Oh.
This is done. Same thing
Wow.
as before?
I feel on top of the world. This is awesome.
Great job.
All right. Thanks.
So you can see when they get a little bit harder, some of the holds change positions. and a
Yes,
little more
they do.
difficult.
I kind of have to play with it, turn, twist, but it was good.
Awesome, you did a great job.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for not letting me fall. So it looks like I survived another Health Fit challenge. Reuben, thank you so much for refreshing my memory and sharing your knowledge with us. Are there any last minute tips you'd like to share?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we enjoyed having you. But if you're new to rock climbing, it looks like a super intimidating thing. I understand that, I've been there. But don't be
Yeah.
afraid to ask for help. I promise it gets easier every time you do it, and you get a little more comfortable every time.
For sure you do, and I can tell you that from experience. So I hope that watching me challenge myself will give you a good incentive to also challenge yourself as well. If you want to know more about Reuben, please feel free to continue watching our episode where we will talk more about what Reuben does, how he does it, and why he does it. Stay tuned for our interview.
Everyone deserves to have a decent place to live.
Everyone.
Todos.
When a future homeowner partners with Habitat for Humanity to build or improve a home, they build a better future for themselves and their families.
For my family.
Para po sa pamilya ko.
Por mi familia.
With a little help, we all have the potential to stand on our own. Through shelter, we empower. Visit habitat.org to provide help to families like these today.
Time is the one thing that we want more of as a St. Jude parent. Without the donors, I wouldn't have my Audrey.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When they told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow, they pretty much have saved us.
They take care of our housing. They take care of our food. In addition to the best medical treatment that my daughter could ever have. So it allows me to focus on my daughter and getting her better.
Your seat cushion can be used to grant wishes.
Who said that? Hello?
Really can, you know.
You talking to me?
Sure am. Because the airline miles you earn and donate to Make-A-Wish can help send thousands of kids on their wish trips. So donate to Make-A-Wish today.
You really should, you know. You really should.
And give wishes wings. Because wishes work wonders.
Today's recipe calls for peanut butter, and if you value protein, I'm sure you love this. We're making peanut butter no-bake energy bites. Now don't go overboard with these because they are nutritiously dense. However, feel free to enjoy them before a workout as a boost or even after your workout as a way to help restore glycogen to your muscles. Our ingredients consist of a half cup of oats, about a quarter cup of peanut butter, and a quarter cup of flaxseed, and about a quarter cup of honey. I'm gonna eyeball it though. This is what the finished product is going to look like. Let's go ahead and get started. Putting in our dry ingredients first. Next up, let's go ahead and add the peanut butter. Make sure you get it all. Now this is gonna be a little messy, but don't let it scare you off because the end result is going to be so delicious that you're gonna forget about all the mess. And let's go ahead and put some, now this is clover honey, that's why it's a little darker, but you can use any kind of honey that you want. All right, now I'm going to proceed to mix it up. Now, like I said, it's going to take a little effort here. It's going to look messy. Make sure that you get all of the dry ingredients into the sticky wet ingredients with the peanut butter and the honey. And if it is too dry and you can't seem to get the consistency even, you can always add a little bit of peanut butter to moisten it up or add some more honey. We have a little escapee. Also, maybe you can try using a fork. It'll help, but I am going to add a little more honey. All right, that's looking already much better. And using a fork is much easier. The reason why I say these are energy filling is because they have oats, which are some carbs, and they also have honey, which is sugar, which is also carbs. And of course, we have peanut butter, which adds protein. So with that, it does very much suit a pre-workout, as a pre-workout snack or a post-workout. So as you can see, this is already starting to look much better. The consistency is, it's still a little dry, so you're just gonna have to work with it to where it is fully mixed. After this, you can leave it in the refrigerator as it is for about 30 minutes until it stiffens a little bit, and after that, take it out and start forming little balls like this. And after that, leave it for another 30 minutes to an hour, and they will be ready. I hope that you like this recipe. Make sure to enjoy these chilled and make sure to stay tuned. Active updates coming up next.
Hey there, this is Active Updates with Mika, and I'm here to keep you updated on trending topics, new finds, and health info to support your active lifestyle. Today we are exploring the great outdoors with endless ways to stay active in nature. Although the heat can dehydrate you faster, there is a bright side to exercising in the sun: vitamin D. This vitamin is unique because a good amount of sunlight is actually all we need to synthesize it in sufficient amounts. Considering that 77% of Americans are considered vitamin D insufficient, it's clear that we're not getting enough of it from neither our food nor the sun. This is bad news, especially for the active population, because vitamin D plays many important roles in the body. Its primary function is to control blood levels of calcium, which in turn affects bone growth. Most athletes, especially those who participate in heavy weight resistance training, know that exercise puts a lot of stress on both your muscles and your bones. Without sufficient calcium or without the vitamin D to regulate it, your bones will become weak and you can put yourself at risk for frequent injuries or even osteoporosis in the future. Vitamin D is also critical for immune function, control of inflammation, and even muscle function. In fact, deficiency of vitamin D has been associated with increased risk for several chronic and autoimmune diseases like cardiovascular disease, arthritis, hypertension, depression, and certain cancers. So as you can see, this vitamin is super important for maintaining good health. Even just 15 minutes in the sun each day is enough to make adequate vitamin D. Now that doesn't mean you have to go out in your swimsuit or anything. Even exposure on your hands and face is enough to obtain a sufficient dose. If, however, there's some reason that you can't go into the sun, you can still get vitamin D through food sources like salmon, egg yolks, fish oils, or fortified foods like milk, cereal, and orange juice. For the rest of us, though, some fun in the sun is all we need, and exercising outdoors is a great way to make that happen. Thanks for tuning in today. This has been Active Updates with Mika. I'll see you next time. Stay active.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow, they pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Our guest this week is no stranger to the outdoors. Being the Vice President of Rock Climbing and an active member of Middle Tennessee Outdoors Pursuits, or MTOP, he often finds himself outdoors, hiking, backpacking, and rock climbing. I am excited to give him the opportunity to share his active lifestyle with all of you. Let's welcome Reuben Hoyos on stage. Hey, Reuben, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Great to have you here. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, for sure. So, can you give us a little bit of background about yourself and especially about, rock climbing and how you got started?
Absolutely. I started rock climbing actually a little bit later in life than a lot of people do. I started when I was 18 or 19 when I really needed a job, and I'm from Nashville, and the climbing gym, Climb Nashville, was hiring, and so I kind of applied for the job because I knew a yoga instructor, and I started climbing 7 days a week. But I've been working in the outdoor industry since I was 11 or 12. I got a job at a summer camp working on like a zip line and high ropes course, and I was kind of hooked from there, and I just kind of stayed in the industry to this day.
Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to go right off the bat and ask you, is rock climbing scary?
Rock climbing, when you look at it, it can seem like a super intimidating thing, I think is a better word for it. But I would say scare comes with like danger. And what I've come to understand is hiking to where you would go rock climbing outside is actually more dangerous than rock climbing itself. With all of the safety equipment that you use, it ends up being a lot safer once your feet leave the ground. With the ropes that are weighted to thousands of pounds, to the harnesses and the carabiner clips that you use, everything is weighted so it could pull your car. So once your feet are off the ground and you are with people who know what they're doing, it's actually one of the safest things that you can do.
Wow, that's awesome. So what motivates you to keep up rock climbing?
Rock climbing for me was like my step back into sports. I was a high school athlete, and I kind of lost that my first year in college. Yeah. But when I started climbing again, I realized that like I enjoyed pushing myself physically. And it's a lot more of a mental game than a lot of other sports are, because it's like puzzle solving with your body. Also, you don't have to do cardio, so that makes it one of my favorites.
That's always the best solution. I have to do cardio. Not true. Anyway, so what does it entail to be the VP of rock climbing at the Recreation Center here at MTSU?
Absolutely. So actually, our rock climbing team is hosted at the Ascent, which is a neighboring gym, but we are through MTSU. And being the vice president just means that we are the ones constantly rallying the team to go to comps and kind of organizing. We actually had we hosted a comp at the Ascent last week, and it went really well. It was a memorial comp for one of our late team members who died 2 years ago.
Oh, no,
and we put it on in his honor. Thank you. We put it on in his honor, but just kind of organizing and everything that goes along with the team. The president, Thomas Hammond, does a wonderful job making sure our budget's in on time and kind of letting us as the team do everything we possibly can through the school, whether that's going to comps, hosting comps, and we actually went to nationals last year, which was a whole lot of fun.
Do you find yourself often being the motivator for others in your team?
Oh, absolutely. So rock climbing is a really specific, odd sport that a lot of people haven't done yet. So when people come to the team, they're like, hey, I really want to get into rock climbing, but I've never done it before. Our answer is, neither has really anyone else. So we find a lot of people who are like, this looks like a really cool thing, but like, am I too late in the game? And the answer is absolutely not. Rock climbing is super hard for people who haven't done it, which is the majority of the population, but you get used to it real quick. So when all the new people come in, they're climbing on some of the easier boulders and routes, and we kind of push them to get a little bit stronger, and I think that goes back to one of the things I love the most about rock climbing, which was you can really see your progression. Like when it comes to running, sometimes you're shaving down like seconds or minutes off your time, but with rock climbing, you can see yourself get stronger. Like, wow, I remember I couldn't do this last month, and now like my body is able to do that, and like I feel confident doing it.
Now I'm doing it 2 times in a row, maybe. Anyway, so how does being active impact health, do you think?
Being active really impacts health in a number of different ways. You kind of feel better, you feel motivated to kind of treat your body better, whether that's drinking water, eating healthy, but it also takes a huge, it's a huge benefit to your mental health. I realized in my time away from like sports and activities, I kind of found myself being very just stagnant in my life, kind of hanging out, not doing too much. And when I got back into the active game, I just noticed that I was happier, I was more motivated to go out and do things. I mean, sunlight does so much for just how happy you are, and so like spending a lot of time, especially rock climbing in the good weather, is just a really great time. Just like it's something I can look forward to every weekend.
That is awesome, and especially if you're outdoors, like you said, good weather, especially now when we have so much more sun, it really makes you happy. That's it, it makes you happy. So what kind of advice would you give to someone who's just now starting out, whether it is rock climbing or they just want to be more active overall?
Yeah, absolutely. So becoming active or starting to rock climb is a really intimidating thing. But because it's so specific, and because the people who are in it, like myself, are just so passionate about it, nothing makes us happier than bringing new people into the things that we love. It's always really fun to see someone progress from like their first ever like getting to the top of the wall to like being competition to us during like our comps and such. So just kind of try hard and find the right people. There are lots and lots of mentors who will be more than excited to get you through your regimen and get you really just feet first into climbing and being active. So. Just meeting the right people and reminding yourself that this is something that I can do, but I might not be great at it right now.
Yes, and that is okay if you're not, because it takes time and patience to better yourself. Thank you so much for this great interview. Thank you again for sharing your story, but also giving such great insight. And thank you for watching and tuning in. I hope you are inspired to get outdoors and enjoy nature's gym. You can catch up with us on Facebook at The Health Fit Show. I'm Joanna, and we're Health Fit. Stay active.